Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. This is Witches School and my name is Carolina, and today I will be talking about the lunar revolution for United States, what is happening in the month of May. So this lunar revolution will start the 12th of May. We are right now having this energy starting. So I invite you all to subscribe to this channel and share. And thank you for all of you who can give me your thumbs up and also leave me your comments. So you are helping me to make this channel to grow. We are talking about, like I said, about the lunar revolution, and we have to understand that in astrology we have the birth chart of a country, and that's it, the picture in the sky in the moment that this country was born, okay, and that's giving us information about the essentials of the society, the economics, okay, and maybe the place that this country will take or will be in the world. And then we have also the solar revolution, that is the energy, is the same thing, it's a picture in the sky in the moment where this country is having his birthday, okay, and is the energy of a complete solar year, okay, and the lunar revolution is the energy of a month, okay. So every time we see a lunar revolution, we are going to talk about a different rising sign. We are talking about a different sign, sun sign, okay, and is a moment where the moon conjunct the moon, the natal moon of the country, okay. So these energies talks about a month, okay, like periods of 30 days, and we always have to understand that in astrology everything it works as cycles. So maybe we have some things that are applying, and we are going to see some of these things that we are talking about right now before or maybe after, okay. So I really hope that you enjoy this information, and let's get started. Well, we have here the chart, okay, of the lunar revolution, and as you can see, we have a rising sign in Scorpio, okay, and this is talking about that May will be a month where the identity of the country, United States, we are talking about right now, is having a big shift, okay. Here I feel that some big changes are coming, okay, for the identity of this country and this society. The house number 1 and the ascendant always talks about our character as a nation, maybe the foundations about the society and place, and how the world see us and how we show us to the world, okay. So Scorpio is a very strong sign and always talks about big transformations, maybe some kind of violent transformations, okay. And I see here that is a moment where something unexpected is going to happen for United States, and that will take the society and the country and the identity of the nation to a big shift of paradigm, okay. It's like when you feel like maybe some things that are happening around you don't leave you any other choice, and you have to change, okay. So the ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, okay, and Pluto, as you can see in the chart, okay, is in opposition to the sun and the moon, okay, and in Scorpio. So we have to understand here that it's really important, okay, that we see. It's really important that you see, you can see in the chart that the horizon sign, okay, in the house 1 is in opposition with the sun and Uranus in the 6th house, but it's like going to the 7th house, okay, in Tauro. So we have to see that this ruler, Pluto, is a planet where every transformation happen, okay. Pluto is, I think, the most strong planet when we talk about the world astrology, and all the big changes and all the big shiftings that all the world is transiting right now. Okay, Pluto in the transit is in between Aquarius and Capricorn, but in this case is the ruler of the sign that United States will have in this May month of May. Okay, so the sun represents in astrological world the leader, or maybe we can see like the government. Maybe it's not like one person, but could be talking about the president himself, okay, but the government, okay, the rulers of the country, and like I said, the character of the nation. The government with Uranus in Taurus, okay, has been suffering big moments and movements in all the structures that United States have, and it's talking about the money, the stability of the country, and all these things are going to be having a big transformation right now. Okay, the relationships with other countries also, because we are here in the cups of the seventh house. Okay, so when some planet is like getting so close to the last degree of a sign, and this is having a more energy, more power, okay, because he's doing all the things that he needs to finish before he pass on the next sign. So we have to understand that Toro in astrology world is talking about finances, the economy, all the things that has to be with the maybe all the relationships, the commercial relationships that the United States has also. So in the seventh house, in the cusp of the seventh house, the agreements, the pacts, the diplomacy are in danger of being in a real chaos for United States right now. And this chaos is going to put the identity in a place where big changes will have to take place immediately. Okay, we have also the vertex point. You can see that in the chart, and the vertex point is referring to a destiny place. You know, it's like something that we have to live and we cannot run away. And it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, anything. Okay, that's a point of destiny that it has to be accomplished. Okay, so the vertex point is in the house 8, and that is a very complicated place. Okay, the house 8 in world astrology is talking about taxes, debt, finances, economy, bankrupt, and will be unstoppable. Okay, so I think really that this country will have a big it's like a big shock that is going to be happening for United States in this middle May to middle June, okay, because all the energy is talking about something that is coming and will put everything like in a moment of instability, okay, and that will make like a moment where I think maybe the society and maybe the government will have to take decisions immediately, okay? We are talking about now about Mars. Well, we are talking about right now Mars, and Mars, as you can see, is in the 8th house, getting to the cusp of the 9th house in the sign of Cancer. And the sign of Cancer is talking about the identity of belonging of a nation and the societies. And we have here the point of destiny also, and this is a very complicated conjunction, okay? And Mars in the cusp of this 9th house is talking about the borders, okay? The commercial relationships, with other countries, the laws, okay, of the country, the immigration issues. Okay, I think that the United States is going to have a really big problem or situation with all these things. Okay, immigrants, migration, the laws about these things, and the changes that maybe you will be, I don't know, maybe you will need to take some changes immediately in terms of contain some situation that is going to be really exploding. Okay, so also, like I said, with Mars, we are talking about maybe military presence in the borders or military movements that we are going to see in the United States in terms of contain these aspects. Okay, could be a time of a military presence, or maybe some increment of military presence in the borders with violent conflicts in these areas. Okay, also we can see here the black moon in the 9th house. The black moon is like all the darkness that is showing everything that we need to hide, or the things that we don't want to see right now. Okay, so this black moon in the 9th house again is a dark period for these structures, and will increment the fear, okay, of a critical point with other commercial societies, other nations, okay, in the seas, in air. So I see here that maybe United States will be like in a moment where all the pacts, the relationships, the agreements, that they have or you have with another nations, that will be in a moment of instability, and maybe some of these commercial talkings, or maybe, I don't know, but something is going to be breaking down. Okay, the house 9th always talks about the structures of the law. It's talking about judges, it's talking about maybe the constitution, it's talking about changes. And I see here that maybe some decisions will be taken from a point of fear of what could happen if this country don't put some kind of red line in some issues of this 9th house. House 9 has to be also with relationships with other nations, our commercial relationships, and it's talking about the borders. Like I said before, and Mars is really, really close to this. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. We have a Pluto in the transit in a square with Jupiter. Okay, and from the cusp of the 3rd house, as you can see in the chart. Okay, the streets. The 3rd house is talking about the streets, the transformation, the internal transportation, the routes, the roads will be in conflict. Okay, I think maybe this could talk about some kind of commercial transportation situation and conflicts and chaos. Okay, and with the expansion of the workers, okay, the salaries, the factories, and the food. Okay, I think this square could be a really complicated time for all the people that work in transportations, also maybe in the supermarket, like the food. Also could talk about the situation about the salary, about the money that you earn and how you can use it and how you cannot anymore. Okay, and I see here that something is breaking down. Something is breaking down in the life quality of the people. Okay, and also, like I said, the food and the distribution of it. Okay, because every conflict with transportation always affects the distribution. of things in the country, okay, in the area. So we also have Pluto in a square with Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is talking about, again, the streets, the roads, I don't know, the transportation, internal and public transportation, okay? The fall of, I think this is like saying the fall of the economy and the stability will make collapse the working class. Okay, will make collapse the working class, because house 6 always talks about the working class, okay, the people who maybe works in factories, in supermarkets, like, it's not talking about the people who have a lot of money or the richest people. It's talking about maybe a middle class. It's not the poverty class in Eden, but is these areas of the people who is working, bringing a service, to the society, and collapsing. I think maybe this could talk about some kind of falling down in the stability for this working class, okay? The resources and the distribution and transportations around the country will be in a chaos. Okay, we have also Pluto in a big unconjunction, okay, with Virgo and in the middle sky. And the middle sky is like the place, the more higher place in the chart where we have all the structures of power, maybe, no? So this will make like, it's talking about the health in terms of maybe the quality of life in the country, and especially for the working class again, okay? The inconjunction is a very complicated relationship between some point of the chart and another, okay? Saturn, we can see Saturn in the 4th house, like in the cusp of the 4th house, is restricting the quality of life of the people. Again, you can see like everything is talking about the same thing, okay? Is restricting the quality of life of the people, food, and the defense of the territory, okay? Because the 4th house is like it's like, I think it's the heart of the nation. In every chart, it's not this one like exclusively, but if you see a chart of any nation, of any country, the 4th house is like that place where it's the heart of the society and the identity of belonging of a place or a nation. So with Saturn here, I see that some kind of situation is going to be restricting the quality of life of the people, and the defense of the territory and the chaos of immigrations, okay? A lot of immigrants that are coming through the waters, okay, because we are talking about Pisces, and as you can see there, Neptune is like a very confused planet, complicated planet. Neptune always brings chaos in every situation. And I think maybe United States will need to take some decisions about immigration and all these kind of things, okay? Okay, also we have here Pluto. Pluto is in a really complicated situation with Mars in Cancer, okay? We can see like natural disasters, okay? Like maybe big storms like you never saw before, hurricanes that are going to be really strong in this period, okay? Maybe the winds will be stronger than ever, as you never saw before. The water and natural disasters are coming in this period for United States. Immigrants and people in the streets proclaiming or fighting against the new laws or pacts or the government decisions, okay? So be paying attention to this. And all this is making more evident the need of the transformation of the identity of this country, okay, the ideals of this country, of this nation. I think middle June will be a really chaotic time for United States because something here is going to collapse, and I think this will be really, really related with the quality of life of people, the financial situation. Here we can see more bankrupts, okay, more of the falls of the banks, okay, and the structures of, I don't know, maybe this economical foundation and power, okay? And this will affect directly the quality of life of the people, the working class, the distribution, the transports, the transporting, all these things will be making a chaos, okay? And the relationships, commercial relationships with another countries is like, this is something that is starting right now, okay, process, but will be taking, I think, United States to a place where you are going to need to disintegrate some kind of commercial pacts and agreements, okay? So I bring for all of you this information, and hoping that is something that could clear maybe some issues for you in this time. Astrologically, the energy is really complicated. This is a very complicated year for every one of us around the world, because 2023 is like is like a line, you know, in between a world and a different expectation for a new world that we are going to be living and adapting in the period of Pluto in Aquarius for the next 22 years, okay? So again, I invite you all to subscribe and share, and I will be reading your comments, hoping that you can help me to make this channel to grow.